It is said marriage is an institution, which is just as well, because that's probably where Tom belongs. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Tom, and I'm Tom's best man. Before I begin, I'd like to take the opportunity to thank Tom for being his best man. It is a privilege, and I'm both honoured and very grateful to be here and support him on one of the best days of his life. I'd also like to thank you all for attending today. I hope you're enjoying celebrating this special evening with Tom and Abby. I'd also like to thank the ushers for being soberish. No, but you've done a great job, boys. Well done. I also think a round of applause is in order for Misty, Mark, and Louise. No, like seriously, without their months of planning and all their hard work and effort, I doubt today would have been as special as it is. You must be really proud parents.
Yeah, we're happy parents.
I'd also like to thank the bridesmaids for helping Abby get ready. Well, you all look really beautiful, by the way. But you all look really beautiful, by the way.
Thank you, best man. That's why he's the best. I know, that's why he's the best man.
But the real star of today, I'm always sure agree, is Abby. Abby, you look very beautiful. Tom, you're a lucky man.
I know.
And Abby, what can I say about Tom?
Uh-oh.
Good luck. When it came to writing the speech, I have to admit, I was a bit concerned. Thought I was going to be tailoring it to two audiences. You know, I didn't think you would understand me with my British accent. I don't think you are, really, are you?
I watch a lot of BBC, I'm good.
Oh, great. But also because I did a presentation last week at university, and that went horrifically bad. So bad I came bottom of the class. So if that's a prelude to how this speech is going to be going, you're going to be Googling and YouTubing worst best man speeches, and I'm going to be the #1 result.
I remember the first time I saw Abby. And it was August 18th, 1999, on our first day of 6th grade. We were the only new girls in a school filled with kids who had been there their entire lives. They were very tight-knit and exclusive.
You're great. You got it.
I was dressed in my most stereotypical Tessa garb, rainbow shirt, those cheesy little butterfly clips, roll-on body glitter on every exposed part. And I was scared out of my mind because I'd never met people like this before. And from across the playground, I see this little girl dressed exactly the opposite of me. She is a full-on cowgirl. Denim jacket, denim pants, boots, rhinestones on every inch. And I decided right then and there that I wanted to be her friend. But on her face was that intimidating look that has become affectionately known as the Abby look. Kaylin will demonstrate. Yep, that's the one. This is a look we all know well. I'm sure Tom's seen it a time or two. I'm sure that he will see it more as their lives go on together. And most people, upon seeing that look, would have cut and run right there. But I decided that I had never had a cowgirl for a friend, so I wanted her to be my best friend, and I was going to do that. This was no easy task. She wanted nothing to do with me. In fact, she told me straight up that I was weird, too weird, and that I would ruin her reputation at her new school. Which, by the way, Abby, clearly you're not concerned with that anymore because I've met Tom, and he is infinitely weirder than I am.
When Tom first told me he was getting married, I have to admit, I didn't believe him. I actually thought he was drunk. He rang me at 5 o'clock in the morning shouting, "Mate, I'm getting married! Can you be my best man?" And then I hung up on him.
Of all the memories that Abby and I have, from our excursions in DC and Santa Fe and Lake Powell to the summers at the pool at Red Rocks, they all have that underlying theme of weirdness, for the lack of a more articulate word. When I was at Arizona for the first time, and Abby, I heard about Tom for the first time, she called me and she was freaking out because he'd just gone back to England and she wasn't sure if she'd ever see him again. And I asked her to describe him, and she said, "Well, he's British, and he's weird, and I really like him." So a really wise love quote says that we're all a little weird, and life is weird. And when we find someone whose weirdness is compatible with our own, we join up with them and fall into mutually satisfying weirdness, and we call that love, true love.
No, but it really is truly wonderful to be here to witness how happy Tom and Abby are together. Like, you can really see the love between them. And I think it's truly amazing the fact that we're all here celebrating this marriage in such a fantastic location. The effect Tom and Abby have had on one another truly is amazing. They really do bring out the best in each other. I remember when I first saw Abby, it was on Tom's phone. Abby came to visit us in the United Kingdom, and she instantly made a hit with a Colorado style, friendly personality, and down-to-earth style. Abby, we really enjoyed having you.
Tom, you're so genuine and kind, and Abby may not have shared this with you, but she's going to be a part of my life forever. She's going to be Auntie Abby to my kids, and that makes you part of all of those memories, and I couldn't have picked someone better. So I wanted to help you out and give you a list of Abby survival items that you should always have on hand.
Perfect.
I have a list, I'll give it to you. Okay. Double stuffed Oreos, a popcorn bag. You can eat the popcorn, just save the bag. She likes to lick it, it's gross. Frozen peas, and some Velveeta mac and cheese for the days that she won't eat anything else. Anything. A bottle of Chardonnay, a copy of The Princess Bride, and anything leopard print for those stressful times. Some Carmex to remind you never to kiss her with chapstick on, that's bad news. Some boiled peanuts and sweet tea to connect her to her southern roots. A pair of those big bugged sunglasses for when the sunshine makes her grumpy. Hairspray, a tube of mascara, and when in doubt, just use that cute accent and hold her in your arms and you'll be okay.
I understand it's tradition now to tell a few stories about the groom. To assassinate and blacken his character. But considering this is Tom we're talking about, I didn't have to think too long, nor too hard. In fact, anything, my only problem was there were just too many stories. And I could only mention some of the more frivolous kind. So I've decided not to mention the time he fouled in the prayer rooms. Or Trev the snail.
You don't even know what that means.
What's the other one? Or it was the bacon. But feel free to ask him later. But due to the number of his antics, I could only mention a fraction of them. So does anybody need a refill? Good, we should be finished about 3 o'clock in the morning. I understand Mott is considered to be an English gentleman out here, but back in the UK we have another name for it, and that is a lad. I'd first like to mention how Tom got his nickname Mott. Myself, Patrick, and another friend went to holiday in Marbella. And whilst we were there, we got a phone call from Tom. Mate, I've just landed. Where do you live? And it turned out he packed his sleeping bag and tent and intended to camp on the beach. Anyway, Patrick's father was a good host and he decided to let him stay. But when he found out his name was Tom and my name was Tom, he was like, I'm not having any of that. So he was called Mott. And for those of you who hasn't quite clicked yet, Mott is Tom spelt backwards, which might explain a few things. I first met Tom whilst boarding at Denston, and we've been really good friends since. Well, with our late night drinking, drunken antics and banter, who wouldn't be friends? But he was always a bit of a rebel at school, a bit of a daredevil sometimes, but he was also a very good hooker. Oh, sorry, for those of you who don't know, a hooker is a position in rugby. Some of you may be aware of Mott's passion for motocross racing, and he always used to come back to school with another broken bone. I remember when he shattered his pelvis, and I went to go visit him, and he just pulled this face like going... And I was like, are you okay, mate? And he goes, no, mate, I just tried to fart. It comes as no surprise that Mott is working with his father and brother at DK and at Steele's. But whenever I've been there, work is not the thing apparently he's ever doing. Whenever I've asked for him, I get replies like, Tom, it's 11 o'clock in the morning. He won't be in until at least 2. Or, Tom, what? He'll be sleeping in the back somewhere. But Mott has assured me that he does work hard for 8 hours, plays hard for 8 hours, and sleeps for 8 hours. The only problem is I think these occur in the same 8 hours. When Mott was 10 years old, he decided to go on a school trip to Paris.
My favorite.
On the ferry over though, he decided to buy cigarettes, lighters, and what can only be described as unsuitable reading material. Whilst at the hotel, he burnt off his eyebrows and almost set alight to the hotel. Upon his return, apparently his mother was quickly summoned to the headmaster's office, who had the unsuitable reading material spread out in front of his desk. She says, mate, she's never been that embarrassed in all her life.
I don't know about fate and all that jazz, but I think if there was some possibility that there is some divine plan that two people connect and love each other forever and grow and encourage one another, then Abby and Tom are the epitome of that. Abby has always devoted herself so much to her relationships, almost to the point of imbalance. It never seemed quite right that she was never receiving everything she deserved in return, but that was never the case with Tom. Their dynamics are so completely balanced and healthy, and as a result, I've never seen Abby more content. They complement each other so well. They match in their intensity, their passion towards life, their oddities, their stubbornness, and therefore I have no doubt that even when their relationship has its struggles, as all relationships do, that you guys will come out stronger on the other end.
Oh, I also understand it's customary to offer advice to the newlyweds. Never go to bed on an argument. Always stay up and fight. Love, respect, and cherish one another. Listen and talk to each other. Understand each other. Well, actually, basically what I'm trying to say is, mate, Mark, always do as you're told. And last one, wash your feet and remember to put sun cream on. On a more serious note, Mott is genuine, sincere, brave and funny. He's always been there to support his friends and family. And although he hasn't followed the most conventional route in life, perhaps a little unorthodox at times, it has made him the man he is today. And I know his friends and family are immensely proud of him. He's been a great mate, and I'm sure he'll make the perfect husband for Abby. And we all wish you like a long and happy future together. Abby, whilst I've lost a drinking partner to watch the rugby with, you've gained a husband, and I know you have a lot of laughs together. I imagine when you were in the UK and it rained a lot, it was never a dull day with Mop. Abby, you are the top gear to his bike. And then as in a son-in-law, you won't find anyone with a more loving heart.
Before Abby had Tom, I was really worried about her. It wasn't that she was unhappy or unhealthy, but there was always something missing. I was 1,000 miles away and I couldn't be there to support my best friend like I wanted to. She was missing that rock, that stability in her life, and that unconditional support and encouragement that comes from having a true friend around. But now that Tom and Abby have each other, I never have to worry about her anymore. And I know she'll be just fine. When I woke up this morning, I stepped out on the patio and... Don't you cry. And here we are in one of the most beautiful places on earth, and this huge rainbow is coming down over the ocean. And let that rainbow remind us that no matter what tribulations we meet, no matter the storms or the floods, there's always hope and beauty and love on the other end.
Unfortunately, Tom's mother was unable to make it today. However, I would like to read out a message she sent me. Tom, she's always in your thoughts, and she's so happy for you. She's really proud, and she wished you both the best in the future. I would like to thank you all for your time this evening, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. I'd like to finish with a quote. True unconditional love is perfect.
So to sum everything up, let's give thanks to the universe for putting together such a fantastic trip with amazing people. Let's give thanks to the bride's family for putting together such a wonderful ceremony. To the Tom's family for crossing the globe practically to be here with us. To the groomsmen for holding Tom together and encouraging him. To the bridesmaids for making sure that Abby just looked absolutely gorgeous and splendid for her special day. And my final message is for Abby. My ray of sunshine that won't ever end. My hungerish twin. My Babbles, the Nelson to my George. The guy for the guck of the king, the gup, you to the good. Well, the gong to the kiss to the count. To Abby and Tom, in a lifetime of happiness.
Can you join me in a toast? Please raise your glasses to Mr. and Mrs. Neeson.